Arsenal in the Champions League are different. We're just different. We need a bit of respite from all the meltdown that's going on social media, all the talk about 3 losses in 49 versus 3 losses in the last 4. And those 6 losses, Liverpool, Aston Villa, Man United, Bournemouth, Southampton, City, they all came in the Premier League, Carabao Cup and FA Cup. But Champions League, we are different. 11 games, no losses, the least amount of goals conceded, the most amount of goals scored at group stages, top of the league in the group stages. And we now have 1 foot in the Champions League semi-final, courtesy to Kai Havertz goal last week in Lisbon. Albeit, the only reason we could bring that lead over here this week is because of David Raya, in my opinion, who was absolutely exceptional. Now, yes, we have 1 foot in the semi-finals, but we're just coming off, obviously, that loss at home. And we're at home again. And the last thing we can afford to do is go 1-0 down, because the Emirates will get on high alert, will get nervous, and Sporting Lisbon will then grow into the tie. We need to nip it in the bud before they even get a foothold in this game. We need to get this over the line and make sure that we get into the semi-finals. Now, Zubimendi came out at the weekend. He took full responsibility for the loss at Bournemouth. I personally don't think it was all his fault, but he was shocking. And he said, quote unquote, "I will not go hiding. I will grow from this. I will get better." Pretty much verbatim. Well, that is going to get tested tomorrow night. And I'll tell you why it's going to get tested. Want to stand out like the freestyle pros? Then Premier Baller was built for you. 120 elite level skills to learn and master. Professional step-by-step training created by top UK freestyler Jay Rosa. This is an elite online academy for serious ballers. 10% off your first month right now with the code BALLER10. Your game is about to change. Sporting's captain, Morten Hjulmand, is back. He was suspended from the first leg. He wasn't out for injury or anything like that. He'd picked up 1 too many yellow cards, so he missed the first leg. Well, he is now back, and he's their midfield maestro and destroyer and presser all in one. And he's going to put it on Zubimendi in our midfield. So we'll see. Because those words that Zubimendi said are going to get tested straight off the bat. There is no hiding place now. We know that. We're in the business end of the season. 0 places to hide. He will put it on Zubimendi. He will put it on our midfield. And we'll see how our midfield copes. Now, Sporting Lisbon can also hurt us through their playmaker Trincao. Everyone talks about Luis Suarez. He's the guy that gets all the headlines in Lisbon because he's the guy that gets all their goals. He's, if you remember, Victor Gyökeres's replacement. But Trincao has 11 assists in the league this season, plus an extra 4 in the Champions League. So he's got 15 assists in just those 2 competitions alone. He's their creator. He looks to play in between the lines. That could represent another problem and another way that another way that Sporting could hurt us. And I say that because Miles Lewis-Skelly started at left back on the weekend. If he starts left back again, Trincao will float and drift towards the right side of the pitch as he looks at it. And he will try and play in between the lines and especially play on that gap in between Big Gabby and MLS to create that added bit of uncertainty. It's imperative for me that Hincapié is fit. He was on the bench against Bournemouth. That to me suggests he's fit enough to start against Lisbon. And if he is, he has to start. He brings a defensive solidity that Miles Lewis-Skelly just cannot right now. So that to me is paramount. We've spoken very quickly there about how Sporting can hurt us. We've spoken about us being different in the Champions League. Yes, we don't concede many goals in the Champions League. But don't forget, this tie could have looked very different had it not been for David Raya last weekend. Exceptional save within the first 6 minutes, and he produced 2 more after that to make sure we were level. So Martinelli had the option to play that ball over, and Kai Havertz had the option to get the winner in the first place, because that wouldn't have been a winner. It would have been a consolation goal had it not been for David Raya. And then coming off the loss of Bournemouth at the weekend, this tie would look very, very different. It's imperative that Mikel Arteta sets us up correctly tomorrow night, and it's imperative that we start on the front foot. We're at home at the Emirates, right? And Sporting Lisbon, yes, they've done some big things at home this season, both in the league and Champions League. They beat PSG in the Champions League, don't forget, at home. But they don't travel well away, and we need to be able to play on that. We need to make sure that we start the game quickly. We start the game well. We snuff out any danger, and we kill off this tie as quickly as possible. Now, injuries will dictate who actually starts, but as I said, if Nkapie's fit, him starting at left back is a good start for us. Out on the left, well, Martinelli came on last weekend and provided the assist, as terrible as he was against Bournemouth. Maybe he gets a starting berth. But on the right is actually where I want to focus on for the next couple of minutes. Bukayo Saka picked up a knock a while back, and we were told that he had some discomfort in his knee. Okay? I mean, I think based on that explanation, he's actually played through worse for us in the past. But we were told he had some knee discomfort. And since then, I can't find anything else on him. He's disappeared. What is actually going on with that injury? How bad is it? And correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, people. You guys might know better than me, but I can't find any trace of exactly what is going on with Bukayo Saka. All I know is that he's been missing from the squad. He wasn't in the squad against Bournemouth along with Ødegaard, and the other man is obviously Jurrien, who we were also told should be back in the squad for Bournemouth quite a few days before the Bournemouth game, and then he was also absent. These 2 players are massive for us. Ben White, I won't go into too much detail, but we've seen him having a few issues defensively. Timber solidifies us. Nkapie solidifies us. Saka provides a much-needed X-factor that is needed up top that we are lacking right now. So where are they? And where is our star boy? If anyone knows, please let me know, because we need them both back now. It's essential, because not only do we need them to get past Sporting Lisbon, more importantly, we need them to get a few minutes under their belt, because we go to the Etihad on the weekend. And we've seen on social media, and I mentioned it before in my previous video, we're in trouble already. The Champions League provides some respite for us, but it won't be respite for much longer if Sporting come on the attack, score first, and they settle into the game. Don't forget, they've got nothing to lose tomorrow night. They come to us having got to the last 8. They're just happy to be here. The last 8 for Sporting Lisbon is already a win for them. Newsflash, people. So they're already happy. They'll be gutted that they conceded a 90th minute winner to Arsenal last week. But make no mistake, they'll come here and they'll play with some freedom. Freedom that we didn't play with on the weekend. Freedom that we've not shown in our play for a long period of time. Freedom coming to a stadium that is just coming off the back of a loss. The pressure is on Arsenal. We need to deliver. That starts with Sporting Lisbon, and it needs to be snuffed out quickly. Guys, let me know your thoughts. Whether you agree with me or not, do you think Nkapie should start instead of Mars Lewis-Skelly? Can they hurt us now their captain's back? Morten Newman will be looking to not only press our midfield, he'll be also looking to play the ball through to playmakers like Trincao, who can actually hurt us. Will Luis Suarez get his scoring boots on against us and make us pay? Or will we snuff out the danger, bounce back from Bournemouth, and Mikel Arteta gets it right and we're in the semi-finals? Let me know. And also, As you know, it's a new channel. If you're liking this content, I know a lot of you are, you've told me that already. Please do me a favor, like, subscribe and hit the notifications button. I will respond to every single comment. You'll also find our parent channel in our description below, along with Premier Baller for all you football freestyle fanatics. Don't forget, using the code BALLER10 gets you 10% off. Have a good one, everyone. I'll see you on the other side of sport in Lisbon.